Page 116, Dream Echoes. This is a solo piece that you can learn to play. It's kind of fun, kind of nice. Yeah, it's got some interesting things going on in it. It gives me a chance to talk a little more about the pedal. So I'll just go through the routine I use to learn a piece of music. I look it over, I see it's 2 pages long. The clef signs are treble and bass clef. There's no sharps or flats in the key signature, so it's either in the key of C major or A minor. Now, it could be in one of the other modes. There are different modes, and I don't really get into the modes too much, but C major and A minor are the 2 modes that are used the most. Those are the ones we talk about. If I look at the end, the last couple measures, it's here. It's like it's ending on a G major chord. Well, that's not C major or E minor. That's a mode. It's like the Mixolydian mode. So the point is, if you're into doing the scales, then just follow the key signature. Do the C major scale and the A minor scale. Just 1 octave up and down. Just make sure you can do the scales. Don't spend a lot of time on them. Just do what I say in the video. Focus and concentrate on the scale while you're working on it. It only takes a few minutes. Then you can put it aside, you're done for the day, and you go on to other things. Back to this, 4/4 time signature. A bunch of quarter notes and half notes mainly. We're moving around quite a bit. So the hands are playing 1 hand at a time, so I'm going to take both hands together. It shortens the video. The left hand starting here. The right hand is here. So to start, now we're going to move around. It's just 1 and 1, 2. Now while I'm doing this in the 4th measure, I got to get there. You need to look ahead in the music. So as I'm doing that, I'm looking ahead to see what's coming, and I see I got to move the left hand. So while I'm doing that, I'm getting the left hand down here, and then as I'm playing the left hand, I see I got to move the right hand. I'm going to move the right hand. So here. I do that at the end of the 2nd line, measure 8. Again, I got to move again, so I'm going to get the left hand where it goes, and then as I play the left hand, I move the right hand. And again. And here. Measure 13, 14. Right hand, left hand. Just crossing over. It's kind of fun. But you're looking ahead to see what's coming, and you're looking down long enough to get your hand in position, and you're looking back at the music. Now, over time, you get into this flow of when to look down and when to look at the music, because no hesitations. It needs to be all. And then you're still there here, and then as I'm holding that down, I'm looking ahead to see what's coming. I got to be here. I'm ready. And I know I'm going to have to move the right hand as I play the left hand. So I'm moving around, but I'm looking ahead to see, and I'm moving, I'm getting there. Then this is just fun. You just got to love it. Go down to measure 29, the last line. It's here. Up here, right hand. And then the right hand finish. And you can play 3rd finger, or use any finger, doesn't matter. Use a finger. You can also just reach up and play it with the right hand. They're suggesting left hand, do it the way your teacher tells you to, but when it gets to the extremes of the keyboard, I'm not as flexible as I used to be. It's just easier for me. If I can, I'll just reach up and play it with the other hand. There is no rule says you got to absolutely do it that way, unless maybe it's an etude and that's part of the etude. Otherwise, it's up to you as to what hand you use to play what, done out of convenience. So I get the notes and the rhythms. Go back through and get rid of the hesitations. Keep it slow. Don't care, but no hesitations. Once I have that, I have the articulation. Here it's very connected. You can lift up between the phrases if you want. If you don't like that effect, too choppy, then connect the whole thing together. That's fine. You can connect it all together. I think I prefer it connected together. If there's any part in here that I might have a little silence, it would be at measure 16 here. On that held out fermata, hold that out. Before going on, I might have a little silence there. There, that's for effect. Don't have to. I could connect it. Whichever. And the fermata, I'll just hold that out as long as it feels right. If I do it with a metronome, I'll just double the value and hold it for 4 counts instead of 2 because I need to stay with the metronome. And that's how I do it. You can do it however you choose. Now once I have the articulation figured out, then I add the dynamics. MF, mezzo forte, short aloud, the whole thing is melody. There. Now you're going to echo that. Come down a little. Back up. Soft. You're doing that pretty much throughout. Now when you get to measure 13, you're soft, but you get the hairpins go up and back down. We'll look in the middle. You're up here. Right there. Somewhere in there, that's your loudest part. You're only going to go up to moderately loud here. So you, careful, because at measure 13, you're moderately soft. Stay there. And measure 14, I'm staying moderately soft. Then I start coming up. You come down, not soft or very soft if you wanted to. Let that die away a bit. And then you back up to moderately loud for measure 17. Now at the end, the last line, there's a hairpin to go down. They say go down to soft. You're down to very soft as far as I'm concerned, but you're moderately soft to measure 29. And when I get to measure 31, I'm still moderately soft. I haven't changed yet. Now I start changing. Here. And as you go up on a piano, the piano will typically get softer on its own. You don't have to push it. So play soft, soft, and it may come out as very soft anyway. So once I have an idea of the dynamics, then I add the speed. Reflective. Well, it's not exactly a speed. It's a mood. You're dreaming. You're not in a hurry. They give a metronome marking, but that's again a suggestion. It's a that's your speed. You want to dream, you go right ahead. You go a little faster or slower if you want. I don't think I'd go too much slower because then it would start to drag. Then the notes start sounding like boom, 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 boom. It needs to flow. So it's got to go fast enough to flow, but not super fast. That's not much of a dream unless you're in a race scene in a nightmare or something. So just a nice casual speed. There. The ritardandos, you'd slow down. There's one at the bottom of each page. You slow it down. How much you slow down, it's up to you. You feel it. It's interpretation. Then once I have all of that out of the way, now I add the pedal. And I want to listen carefully to the effect the pedal is having. Why are we using pedal? Here it's being used as a special effect because it's going to blur everything together. You think, ooh, what kind of a dream is it? It just blurs it together, and that's the effect they're after. Okay, it's overlapping. So you're changing the pedal after you play each note. If you want silence at the end of measure 16 here, you got to lift the pedal up with the hand so you get a little silence. Otherwise, you can overlap it and you get no silence throughout. It'll be different for different people. I'm going to push the notes down first and then the pedal. And I'm going to change the pedal after I play the note so it overlaps a little. And it's that way throughout. Now at the bottom of the page on the fermata, measure 16, if I want silence before I go on, then I got to lift the pedal up with the right hand. So I get the silence. So the measure 13 is here. If I want silence, then I lift the pedal up. There. If I don't want silence, then I overlap the pedal. technique you can use at the end here, because it's died away, it's soft or very soft, and you have a fermata to hold it out indefinitely. What we don't want is this, for the last line on page 117. See, all of a sudden the sound stopped. Whoa, it's like an accent. No, what we want to do is the notes down, pedals down. I'm going to let the note up. Keep the hand on the key, keep the key, just let the key up. Keep the pedal down and then slowly lift the pedal so the dampers slowly touch the strings. And the sound should slowly die away. If you get buzzing or something, you need to have your tuner technician check your dampers. It shouldn't buzz because you're slowly touching them. There's other times when we let the dampers almost touch the strings for things that we don't want buzzing. If you have an electronic keyboard, some will do it and some won't. If yours doesn't, then just slowly turn down the volume. It doesn't matter how you get it done. We just want the sound to die away. That's what we're after. Let's play this together slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the dynamics, and I'm not going to do the pedal. We're only checking notes and rhythms here. You hear the notes better without the pedal. The pedal, no. On some play with me's, I'll do it to show the pedal, but on this one it's straightforward, so you don't need the pedal. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, hold, go on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2 off.